Why is a girl's ghost trying to take her sister to the other world? Don't miss out. The psychics will reveal a gruesome murder and a horrifying family secret. You are watching Psychic Investigations, a channel of exclusively true and shocking stories where people who call themselves clairvoyants investigate shocking mystical anomalies and high-profile criminal cases. On September 23, 2017, Kayal Alekperov called our editorial office, sounding highly concerned.
I need to find a murdered girl.
What?
I had a vision of a dead girl of about 10 years old walking through a clearing in the woods, and a fox was running beside her. The girl approached something that looked like a pit or grave and said, "Save Veronica." And I noticed that her body was all covered in wounds. Somebody had murdered her.
Could she be asking to save another girl from her murderer? To help you, we need more information.
The girl said her name was Diána. And I had this vision this morning.
Our journalists urgently began searching based on the information they received from the psychic. But it yielded no results. However, just 2 days later, they were shocked by what they saw in the news. Diána Syván, a 9-year-old schoolgirl, was found dead in a pit not far from her home. The girl's body showed severe injuries that could have been caused by animal bites. Preliminary examination results did not reveal any signs of violent death. We didn't know what to think. Had the girl fallen victim to wild animals? In our time, how could this be? Katerina Malichenko, the project's detective, immediately decided to contact the local police station.
The body looked like it had been gnawed by animals. The local hunters suggest it was most likely done by a fox.
According to the investigators, the girl supposedly fell into the pit, hit her head, and fainted. And while she was unconscious, wild foxes gnawed on her body. We decided to urgently contact Kayal Alekperov.
We've sent you the girl's photo. Did you see her in your vision?
Yes, that's her.
She's believed to be a victim of wild animals.
Oh, God.
Maybe that's why you saw a fox with her.
Hold on, but who is Veronica?
We don't know.
Could you please find her parents or other relatives?
By the end of the day, we managed to find the phone number of the girl's mother, Diána Syván.
Hello, we are from Psychic Investigations. We've heard that you recently lost your daughter.
My dear little princess. It hurts a lot.
Please accept our condolences. You see, one of our experts had a vision of Diána, and she mentioned someone named Veronica. Could you please tell us who that is?
Veronica is Diána's sister. She's a few years older.
According to the woman, right after her sister's death, Veronica felt someone's presence in the house.
I was in the kitchen and felt suddenly cold, and then the spoon fell.
And the next moment, the girl just froze. The ghost of dead Diána was standing right in front of her.
I didn't believe it first. Tears started pouring down, and she came up to me and said, "Veronica, forgive me, please."
The girl's mother said she barely calmed Veronica down, but just 2 hours later, a huge mirror fell on her daughter's head.
The huge mirror broke.
God, do you mean it fell straight on her head?
Yes. We did everything to save her.
The girl is all right now. However, Veronica is afraid that Diána might take her to the other world. They were very close in life. The girl begged our journalists to have the psychics come and help her.
I'm currently unable to arrive. But I know that Jana Shulikova and Yana Pasinkova could help. And in the meantime, I'll work with Veronica's photo.
Jana and Yana canceled their plans urgently and arrived at the girl's family home the same day.
We are so sorry.
It's hard to even imagine what this poor woman has gone through. Grief-stricken, she aged several years in just 2 days, and now the mother fears she might lose her another daughter.
Hello, come over here. Are you afraid your sister will take you?
Yes.
Be brave, baby, all right? When I hugged Veronica, I felt some kind of fear emanating from her. It seemed like she was hiding a secret, and she was terrified that someone would find out about it.
Let's go inside so we can work with Veronica.
At that moment, Diána Syván received a call from Kayal Alekperov.
I've been working with Diana's photo. She wasn't killed by a fox. A human took her life.
Back then, we couldn't even imagine that 2 months after the psychic's investigation, the forensic experts would confirm Kayal Alekperov's words.
11 stab wounds were found on the remnants of the soft tissues of the cervical spine in the front.
We urgently called our detective, Katerina Malichenko. All the locals unanimously assured us that they did not believe that the girl could have fallen prey to wild animals.
Foxes have never killed anyone.
Later, the police would reclassify the case as a murder and explain the presence of wild animal bites on the schoolgirl's body.
They couldn't tear her body while she was alive. As a rule, a beast is attracted by the smell of spilled blood.
To understand what happened on the day of the girl's death, Katerina Malichenko decided to talk to her family and the locals. It turned out that Diana was at home all morning that day. According to her mother, at around noon, she went to the playground in the center of the village.
She never went far away from home, and she would return as soon as it got dark.
But when Diana didn't return after it grew dark, her mother became worried. The woman went to look for her daughter, but she was neither in the street nor at the playground. It turned out that around 6 in the evening, a saleswoman from the local grocery store saw the girl. She said that Diana ran into the store looking scared and couldn't say a word.
She ran in, looked around, then spun around and immediately went out the door.
She thought such behavior was strange, and the grief-stricken mother said that whenever her daughter went somewhere, she always informed her. Moreover, no one in the family asked the girl to go to the store that day. The mother returned home, but her daughter wasn't there. The woman had a real hysteria.
I screamed, "Diana, Diana," until I was hoarse and couldn't say a word anymore.
Diana's elder sister, Veronica, joined the search.
We walked down the street and went around the farm, but found no trace of her.
I searched all the streets, the abandoned houses, the stables, everywhere.
3 hours of searching yielded no results. The girl was nowhere to be found. None of the locals had seen or heard her. The desperate woman decided to ask the police for help.
At 9:20 p.m., a report of a missing girl came in, and we initiated the search, involving soldiers from the local military base and emergency services.
The local investigators say it was the first time ever they couldn't find a child for so long.
They used a dog in the search. The trail was near the store. Then the dog walked around the house, following the trail, and then it disappeared.
At that time, neither we nor the police officers understood why the girl's trail disappeared. Pay attention to this fact, as it will be very important at the end of the investigation and will help find the killer.
The distance from the store to the house where Diana lived is only 300 meters. Where could she have disappeared within such a short distance? It's still a mystery to me.
The search for the schoolgirl lasted for 16 hours, and only the following day, at noon, did one of the law enforcement officers accidentally see her. Little Diana was lying not far from home, dead.
Our officer found the pit where the girl's body was.
I couldn't think straight anymore. When they said she was dead, I couldn't feel the ground under my feet.
It's also strange that no one heard the girl's cries for help, and the pit where she was found was shallow.
Even an elderly person could crawl out of that pit on all fours, and a 9-year-old child could easily jump out of it.
There are not more than 100 houses and only 300 residents in the village. There's no highway nearby, so there are practically no outsiders. Could it be that someone among the locals took Diana's life? But who would need to kill a 9-year-old girl so brutally?
We feel very sorry for that child. We are all parents too. We have our own children, and we worry about them a lot.
Maybe the girl's spirit is coming to her sister to warn that Veronica will be the killer's next victim. And then I froze. My grandmother's spirit emerged in front of me. She was hugging Diána and she said, "Don't touch her, she saw something she shouldn't have seen."
So, could the girl have been killed because she became an unwanted witness?
Diána was last seen alive near the store. We didn't understand what scared her or why she went there at all. We needed to check that place.
I sensed that Diána's murderer was drunk. They didn't understand what they were doing. My djinns say that it all happened because of some secret sexual relationship.
What is that supposed to mean? Could the girl have become a victim of a pervert? The clairvoyants approach the store. The saleswoman comes out to them.
Did you see the girl that evening?
Yes.
And you felt she was scared.
Yes, I thought so.
It seems she was trying to hide here.
Like someone was following her. You see?
It's unbelievable. Was someone chasing Diána? But who? Katerina Malichenko joins the psychics.
I sense a large, noisy company. It was at the same time the girl was here.
A young man was celebrating his birthday, Ihor Yarmouk.
And I feel him go out to find the girl.
Yes, he did it.
Did you see him after he went out to find Diána?
I didn't go out.
I need to know that man's alibi. I'll go to see him.
After a while, our expert managed to find the man.
Do you know anything about the murder of this child?
No, I don't.
Were you at the store?
Yes, from about 5:30.
Did the police summon you?
They searched my house.
According to the locals, Ihor was near the store until 9 in the evening and didn't go anywhere.
Then, who is the beast who took the life of the 9-year-old child?
The murderer can walk around your village with their eyes closed. He's local.
But why would he kill the child?
To make her silent, so she wouldn't say too much.
We decided to perform a ritual at the girl's grave to ask her who killed her. But going to the cemetery after midnight is very dangerous, so we thought it would be better to go on the investigations the next day.
The following day, the clairvoyants meet Diána's parents near the cemetery. A crowd of the locals is already there.
Hold the cards. Your daughter's murderer. Is someone close to your family?
This is horrific. So, the girl's killer is someone familiar to her family or close to them.
I need to see her grave. Let the girl say who murdered her.
Let's go.
Stop. I don't need to summon Diána's spirit. She's here. This is for you. Will you tell me who hurt you? Don't cry. She's addressing you, saying you will soon find out everything.
I had a dream in which I saw her near our house, and she told me, "You will soon find out everything."
Jana, ask her who murdered her.
She won't speak. The girl was turning her face away from me and crying bitterly. She's asking to bring her a book. She will read it to little Bogdan. Who is that?
My son.
He was the first child, but he died.
It's so horrible. The girl's mother has lost 2 children. The terrible tragedy happened 25 years ago. The woman gave birth to her first child, a boy named Bodan. But when the baby was 4 months old, he died of brain inflammation. The woman barely recovered after her son's death. At that time, she couldn't even imagine the horror she would have to go through again. Later, Alexandra got married. Her husband's name was Ivan. In their marriage, she gave birth to 3 children, a son named Yaroslav and twins, Veronika and Ole. When she was pregnant with the twins, Ivan suffered a severe injury at work and soon died in the hospital from a stomach hemorrhage.
I was alone for a long time.
A few years later, a friend introduced Alexandra to Volodymyr. He always dreamed of a big family, so when he found out she already had children, he proposed to her. Later, they had their only child together, little Diana. The girl's murder shocked both parents deeply.
I can't live without her. I simply can't.
The girl was a gift from God. She was your sunshine. I want to sing. I want to dance.
Yes, she would always sing.
Wait. She says, "Why didn't you say goodbye to me?"
On the day of her funeral, I had a heart attack and had to call an ambulance.
The man was taken to the hospital. He still hates himself for not being able to say goodbye to his daughter.
She's ready to talk about her life, but she's not ready to tell who killed her. At that time, I couldn't even imagine what feelings the girl actually had towards her killer.
We needed to tune in to the events of the evening she disappeared. Where did you see her alive last?
At home.
We need to work in your house.
My dear baby, I loved you so much. And I still do. I can't live without you.
What a strange scent. Do you work with animals?
At a circus.
Diana's father has a rather rare job. He works as a stage inspector for a circus in Bashkiria. He's rarely home and sends all his earnings to his family. Volodymyr says his goal is to support his children because his own parents never needed him.
You treat animals better than your own parents treated you.
Yes, my father used to beat me.
I feel you thinking it's not worth living in such a family.
I have a completely different life now. I have a family and children. I divide my life into two parts, when I existed and when I started living a full life.
Meanwhile, Kayal Alekperov shocks everyone with what he has sensed.
I asked Diana's spirit, "What happened to you?" And she showed me someone push her. She hit her head on a stone or a stove.
This is insane. So, someone hit the 9-year-old girl before her death. Only a few months after the investigation would we get the confirmation of the psychic's words.
A closed head injury caused by the impact of a blunt object with an undefined surface.
I feel on my chest what she felt on hers. She was being strangled either with hands or a rope? I'm not sure.
It's hard to believe, but as the forensic experts will indicate later, both psychics are absolutely right.
Point hemorrhages on the eye membranes, heart, and lungs indicate that before the death, the victim experienced asphyxia, closure of her mouth, or compression of the neck.
She's not dead yet. And is being carried somewhere, and then her murderer fakes the evidence.
The murderer inflicted knife wounds on Diana to hide the marks from his hands on her neck.
The fatal knife wounds were just a disguise.
The murderer thought the girl was already dead, but she was only unconscious.
After causing the closed head injury with the blunt object combined with asphyxia, loss of consciousness was highly probable.
At that time, no one could have imagined that the psychics sensed everything the girl experienced before her death, almost in detail.
I see her near the house during the day. She's playing here, wearing a dark jacket and white leggings or pants.
Yes, she wore pink pants.
She's playing and she's not going to go anywhere. She's near the house.
So, maybe the girl didn't go to the playground, as she told her mother, but played near the house. Moreover, the locals claim that they didn't see Diana on the street that day either. The last time the girl was seen was in the store, and then in the pit when she was already dead. But why did she go to the store if she wasn't planning to buy anything? And what scared her so much?
I see Diána now. She's standing inside the house. A noise. Then something either falls or breaks. I just hear a bang. She flinches. She's afraid to be in this house.
Is she afraid of her own home? Wait. 2 girls in this house experience fear. One of them is Veronica, and she's afraid of a man.
Could you send the girl somewhere? Please go inside.
What man is the clairvoyant talking about, and why is Veronica afraid of him? And how is this related to Diána's death?
Do you harass the girl?
What? Veronica?
A shocking revelation. Could the father have been harassing his own daughter? And is this what Jana Shulikova's grandmother's spirit was talking about?
She saw something she shouldn't have seen.
At the same time, our detective is meeting with Diána's older brother, Yaroslav.
Veronica accused our father of raping her. The police came and took him to the station.
Hello, Katerina? Katerina said that the girl filed a report in which she accused her father.
Wait, the girl was afraid of her own home and a man. So, is this true? Volodymyr, why are you silent?
Watch in the next episode. Could the girl's own father be involved in her murder? The truth will shock you. If you're impressed by this investigation, don't forget to like this video and subscribe to our channel. Many more shocking stories are coming up.